and welcome to the second episode of Craig's Cook, an online tutorial on how to make some simple foods. Yesterday we did some cookies, which we're working on editing, which should be out soon if it's not already. But now we wanted to focus to something pretty simple in a chicken stock. So yesterday I partook in the 519 quarantine kitchen, where there was 6 chefs local that posted some recipes, and one of those was a baked chicken brined with some root vegetables. So I'm left with the chicken carcass, which I've cleaned up now, which is in here. It's been cooled overnight, and then I've taken all of the meat off here, and I'm going to use that for likely a soup or possibly even some chicken with sandwiches and whatnot. So your basic ingredients are your onions, carrots, and celery. So we're going to do roughly 1/2 onions, and then 1/4 carrots and 1/4 celery. We're going to chop them up nice and fine. Cold water. I like to use rosemary, a little bit of thyme, and some bay leaves, and obviously some salt and pepper. We're going to want to layer that in. And of course, I like to use cloves, just a little bit in there, just to kind of give it a unique flavor. So I'll chop this stuff up here, and then I'll show you the process to get her going. Great, and so I've taken care of this, chopped it all up here again, sort of roughly about half the onions, 1/4 celery, 1/4 carrots, and I've also got a couple of herbs here. So again, carcass here that's cold. We're just going to take that, we're going to put everything inside here. Put that in there, perfect. Next, got some bay leaves here. We're going to toss those in. Got some cold water, which we're going to fill up. Perfect. And then I've got some rosemary here. I'm just going to pull it off here, give it a bit of flavor. I'm actually going to break up the stock and throw it in there too. And then some thyme, which we've got all ready to go. Okay, and as I mentioned before, just the whole cloves, and in we go. Okay, so now we're just going to turn that on, bring it to a boil. Wrong element. Once it brings it to a boil, then I'm just going to put it onto a simmer. Okay, we're going to do that for about hour and a half, 2 hours or so. Give it a flavor check, then go from there. The other thing we're going to want to do as well is add in some salt, a little bit now, a little bit in a little while, and then again right near the end we're going to add a bit more salt in for flavoring. So it's been roughly about 2 hours or so now since this has been cooking in a slow roll, and it's likely about time that we can turn it off, and then we're going to strain everything out. So we've now gone and reduced our stock, and it's ready to go. We've just taken it off from a boil. So what we're going to do now is actually take out some of the big chunks, put them into this bowl here for now. It just makes it pouring off just a little bit easier. Perfect. It's probably enough for now. Just trying to avoid a lot of splashing really more than anything. So what we're going to do now is, instead of cheesecloth, which is what you're supposed to do, and I'm taking it out, and it's really difficult to get right now, so we're just going to put 2 different sieves here, and we're going to pour in our stock. Just going to try and get it all in. Nice golden color. So I've cleaned out a pot here, so I've gone through, given it a little bit of a scrub, a little bit of a clean. Now we're going to take it through just the fine sieve here and trying to get rid of any more of those imperfections. Again, cheesecloth is the best method to do this. However, don't have any, so we're just going to run through here and just make sure we get rid of all those chunks. The other thing too is want to make sure when you get to the end that you're not throwing in a lot of these little fine particulate matter as you roll through here. So we're going to do that a couple of times just to strain through what we can, and then we'll put it into this bowl and into a cold area to try and sort of solidify any fats, which you can scrape off later. Okay, one last sieve here, passing it through. Done it about 3 times here now, just again trying to make sure we're getting all of the loose bits. You can see it's a nice golden color. It's going to go great for a soup or a sauce or something else to that effect. So what we'll do now is we'll just stop there. that out. We're just going to cover it and then put it in our fridge for next time. And that's it, guys. That's a simple chicken stock. Delicious in a number of different ways and so much better than the stuff you buy in the store. Thanks for watching.